what's meant for you will come to you. So that's it. That's the end of the story. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Gino. Welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna be talking about why you need to quit looking at everybody else and you need to start focusing on yourself. But before we get into the video, go ahead, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get to the video. So basically, I don't know why I always say that. Why do I always say so basically? So usually when you come into the trading game, you're looking for some type of mentor, somebody to teach you something, somebody to show you the skill set, and everybody has to go through it because how are you gonna learn if there's nobody to teach you? But somewhere along the way, we get caught up in like this influencer, we get caught up somewhere along the way in like this like influencer rabbit hole. Basically, it's like you start off by looking at people to learn how to trade or whatnot, but then you see like I would say the possibilities of what you could attain with trading, and you see people getting their new houses and you see people getting their new cars and how much like profit these people make in a day. That could be good, but I feel like there's also a dark side to that. The dark side is that because you always see the glitz and the glamour and the fancy stuff, and you, for example, may not have got there yet, it can put you in a negative headspace. And you have to know how to like filter out through like all the shiny objects and whatever, and really see. I guess you have to be able to just take everything with a grain of salt and use it as motivation and keep pushing forward. But a lot of people, when they first come into the game, they don't do that. It's kind of like, oh, well, he just bought like 2 Lamborghinis, but yeah, I'm still working my full-time job. I'm not successful at trading yet. Like, what am I doing? Like, I may be 1-2 years in, still not profitable, blah, blah. It can make you like really question your life, but at the end of the day, you can't question your life because based on somebody else's, because you don't know how long they've been trading, and a lot of times you don't even know if the gains that they make is even real. Like, they could be posting some fake gains, it could be a simulator, like it could just be money that they gotten from their courses, Discord, stuff of that nature. So it's like there's no point in comparing yourself. But like I said, a lot of people fall into that trap. They get down because they're not at somebody else's level, when it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. It matters about what you want out of life and what you define as success. Yeah, somebody may be a car person and they may want to go get a Lamborghini, a Porsche, whatever, and that's cool for them. But don't look at that as like, don't look at them as the end all be all and be like, oh man, because I don't have this fancy car, man, I'm not successful. Nah, like, you gotta define what success means to you, because you can give somebody else that same fancy sports car and they're like, what is this? This means nothing to me. Like, I'd rather go on a vacation or, you know, do something like that. For me, for example, man, I'm not even a car person. I like looking at cars, they're nice or whatever, but if I were I'm not even gonna say when I'm eventually consistently profitable, I probably won't have that many cars. I probably won't be spending it on that. That's just not my thing. For me, I'd rather do vacations. I'd rather explore the world, go fishing, stuff like that. That's for me. So you have to determine what success means to you and quit looking at everybody else. I would say it is good to watch those types of videos with the flexing and, like I said, all that stuff, just to see the possibilities of what you can have to help you take like the shackles off your head when it comes to this game. But like I say, take it with a grain of salt. Like, okay, you look at it, you see the possibilities, now back to work and back to having tunnel vision and focus on what you're trying to do. I know a big thing is when it comes to comparisons is time. Like, in this trading game, a lot of people compare their time. It may take somebody 5 years over on one side and then take somebody 6 months on the other side, and then everybody looks at that like outlier that took 6 months and it's like, dang, it's taking me 3 years, like I must be stupid, blah 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 blah. But in reality, it's just your own learning curve. Trading is so personal that you can't really compare your journey to somebody else. They may see something in the market that you don't see. They may have certain character traits that you don't have, and you may have stuff that they don't have. Like, it's just so personal, so you can't sit over here and compare when it comes to time. Like, they may have figured out everything they need to figure out. Like, they may have gotten their emotions on lock. You don't know what's going on in the journey, so you can't sit here and compare time. Like, time doesn't really matter. Yeah, after a certain point you start to question yourself and start to question, is it worth it? But I believe as long as you're trying to do the right things, then the time shouldn't matter. If it's taking you longer than expected, it's because you're just not doing something right. Figure out what that is in your system, tweak it, and as long as you try to get better at something every day, you'll eventually get there. So it doesn't matter about time. It doesn't matter if it took somebody 6 months, a year, and it's taking you 5, 6, 7 years. You wanted to be in this game for a long term anyway, so it is what it is. Another thing I would say is the money aspect. In today's culture, there's a lot of flexing going on with 5-figure days, 6-figure days, even 7-figure days. To a new trader, it may seem really like daunting. It may be like, dang, they made 7 figures today and I only made 20 bucks. But it's okay though. You're just now starting. You talk to that person that's making the 7 figures. How long have they been trading? 10, 15 years. Some of them been training for less, maybe 5 to 8 years or so, but still, that's a long time in the game. That's not just they walked up into it and they just made $1 million. Nah, like they got some knowledge and they got some experience, so it's expected. You can do the same thing, but when they first started, they didn't just start making $1 million at the gate. They started with those small gains, the $50 here, the $100 here, and that's the chapter that you're on in your story. So you gotta focus on you. You gotta celebrate every win, because every win is important. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the exact amount, it's really just about percentages. Start looking at percentages if comparing money is a problem for you. For example, we've been so naturally conditioned to think more money equals harder work, I guess, and it has more value, but it doesn't directly correlate in trading. If you went up to somebody and said, oh, I flipped $100 into 300, but you give them another scenario and say, I flipped 2,000 and into 3,000, then they're gonna be like, oh, well, you making 2,000 to 3,000 seems better, and it must have been harder, right? No, it was actually harder to flip the $100 into $300 because you had to have a 200% return on your investment, whereas the 2,000 into 3,000, you only had to have 50%. So it's like, just start looking at your percentages, because eventually, if you keep having those good percentages, those percentages are going to add up. It's going to be a snowball effect, the compound interest, and you'll get to those bigger days that you want. But it's just about staying level-headed and just staying in your zone. I know it's tough out here with this climate because everybody's trying to have the most clicks. Everybody's trying to sell you this new course, sell you Discord, yada yada. So you really gotta like filter through all the BS. But I just want to tell y'all, like, just don't compare yourself to anybody. Stay on your journey. Learn what you need to learn. Find a strategy that works for you, and then that's it. And just keep grinding and tweaking until you get to where you need to be. It's really that simple. Like, there's no need to be worrying about whatever somebody else got, because what's meant for you will come to you. So that's it. That's the end of the story. There's no need to worry. So just stay on your journey, keep doing you, and you eventually gonna be profitable. So that's all I gotta say on this video. I appreciate you watching. If you stayed to the whole thing, you're a real one as usual. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I forgot to say in the beginning, the secret word. Let me know if you found that secret word, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.